We're back for another episode of Match of the Day, and we're back in Super League 4. We were here last week for the Arsenal game. We wanted the Arsenal. Now we want the Las Palmas. Now we want the Montpellier. It's a huge game here tonight in Super League 4. Of course, coming into this one, Montpellier already knew that they had secured some sort of European qualifier position. They will at least be competing for a position in the Europa League come the end of the season next week. However, it's all about the title. They're chasing down Valencia, 36 points to 34 points. They know they have to be perfect. Las Palmas was once upon a time a title contender in this division. They had a nightmare second week. They did. They, though, are still on the outside looking in. 26 points to 36 points. The title may be gone, yes, but it's about getting enough points to say that you don't need to go through a Europa League qualifier. They want to qualify automatically. They want to be in that group stage next weekend. 2 draws yesterday. They're going to need some big results here tonight. I don't know what their result was in the 8:30, but you would think wins are so detrimental at this point. Las Palmas will be the underdog tonight. We'll talk about them quickly first. A great team, of course. Al Parami, the fake Crimi, as I like to call him, but still a great player. TP Jed. I think this team is a rough gem. I think there's definitely players in here that can change a game. It's a smaller squad. You can see 16 players, if my math's correct. 6, 12, 13, 14, yeah. So, I mean, it's a smaller squad. You've got less room for error in terms of people, you know, refusing to play or being unavailable. So the gaffer's taken a risk there. I don't know too much about too many of these players, but what you can say is that you have to respect them. They're in the top 6 for a reason. They haven't dropped too many points. They'll be a threat tonight. Montpellier on the other side of things, though, a little bit more known from my perspective as an admin. I know about Oblivion. I know about Tiago. I know about Snorkeling Panda and Storm Dooms, who have done, Storm's Dawn, excuse me, that have done an incredible job with this Montpellier team, competing for a Super League 4 title. They look destined to be playing their football in Super League 3 next season. They've enjoyed their opening season of FC 26. Just look at these stats as well. Quick one to touch on here. 17 goals and 7 assists for Slims. That's a big one, though, because realistically, can he do it in a big game? Can he do it against opposition which are going to clamper up, which are going to know that he's the main man? Again, you go back to the stats page quickly. If they don't get the ball to Slims, who is the next best option? Tiago 6, he's rarely played compared to Slims. Is he playing tonight? Is he not? 13 assists for AUFC as well as a fantastic stat line for an attacking midfielder. You're always going to get my eye with that one as a former attacking midfielder. So, yeah, a great game, though. Second against 6th. It is Montpellier against Las Palmas. So we're going to go over and see exactly what happens in this one tonight. We're there, we're set, and we're ready to go. Our cameraman tonight, of course, the Montpellier gaffer, Storm's Dawn. Let's see who comes out of this Super League 4 clash on top tonight. We are ready and set whenever our captains want to take us in. Appreciate them being patient with us as well. We'll have the comms open as well for post-match interviews. If the gaffers want to come on, they certainly can. We love that part of it. I love getting your opinions and I think your perspective from being inside the game playing as to what went right or what went wrong in that regard. So, again, whenever you two teams are ready, get going, get moving, and we will go from there. I'm going to turn crowd noise down just a little bit as well. It's a little bit loud in my ears. Hopefully it's not too bad. We've got a good ambience here. Yeah. I hope both teams lose, says Louis Welch. Well, listen, they're going to need to channel what you do on the F1 grid, my friend. They're going to need to have a bit of excellence about them tonight. Here we go then. The invite being sent. As Las Palmas are the away team this evening. Montpellier looking to make a statement. Again, with Valencia 2 points ahead of them. Valencia are going to be crossing their fingers tonight and praying that Las Palmas do them a favour. If Valencia won both games tonight and Montpellier only won one, that would make it a 42-37 table. That would make it a 5-point gap going into the final game day tomorrow. That is the most comfortable position you can wish to be in if you're a Valencia player. Can Montpellier keep themselves in it? Do Las Palmas give Valencia the assist? Again, keep in mind, it's not just about assisting Valencia, it's about doing it for yourselves as well. Las Palmas need points to get those European positions locked up and secure. So 3 games tomorrow, anything can happen. However, we're finally here, we're ready. Super League 4 action up and underway. Can anything top the game from yesterday? You didn't see yesterday's game. You've got to go back and catch it. Absolutely nuts game between the two gaffers at Galatasaray. And who was the other team? Levante. There we go. Forgot for a minute there. Old age. What a horrendous looking coach, by the way. Jesus. All right, we're there and we're good. So Montpellier tonight in their traditional navy and orange, whereas Las Palmas in their yellow and blue. And it's already a great start here. Wow. And there's a huge opportunity. We talk about big moments yesterday. Within the first 10 in-game seconds, Montpellier nearly strike first. That's going to be a wake-up call for Las Palmas, who can't be taking touches in their own box. Las Palmas here, I gotta be honest, TTP Dave, who is a big Spurs fan, will be having nightmares here of how his team's playing at the back at the minute. Almost replicating the real-life team that he supports. As a lashing attempt here from Las Palmas. It's a topsy-turvy start from both teams here. 4 minutes in, and we could be on for one of those kind of great kind of draws tonight. Some would say a 5-5 draw, perhaps. It could be with the way these two teams are moving. 5 minutes in, and already you could sit here and say we've got a lot to talk about with the starts from both sides. Got to get some calmness about this game here. Do Montpellier and Las Palmas. There's Isaac here on the ball. Again, a reminder, fellas, if I haven't asked you to be on Match of the Day, it's not a big deal, but make sure that we have gamer tags and PSN IDs on. I don't want to be referring to you as Isaac and, you know, Leighton and Anderson. I want to be able to praise you. That's a good interception there, though, by the man known as Glover, the co-manager, I believe, for Las Palmas. Now looking to drive the ball in. That one there, though, shepherded out nicely by Montpellier. So Montpellier maybe would be ruining their chances as well. They should be 1-0 up already from that first chance of the evening. There is also now a consistent theme of the Match of the Day curse. 6th episode of Match of the Day here tonight. We've only seen, if my memory serves me correct, 1 win. 1 win in 5 draws, I think. It's not been the time to come on Match of the Day when you're in a bit of a title race. Oh, the keeper should have come for that one. Wow. And Las Palmas, maybe, again, should feel like they should have a goal now. 2 huge chances. I think, again, I'm not a keeper. It maybe is a little bit pig-headed for me to say what I'm going to say. I think the keeper's got to come for that. That was very, very nervy. Montpellier down the other end, though. The Drogba pro goes across to Doku, but it's Crocker who wraps that one up and says, not to be. Left-hand side now being switched. Wonderful switch of play. I love the idea, but the execution not completely thorough. Montpellier continuing to sweep here from the back. Difficult to say right now who is the better in defense. Both of them having some nervy moments, but definitely more, I think, kind of comfortable playing out the back. Montpellier, big part of Storm's Don and his team's game. They want to feel confident in every situation in transition. Down this right-hand side they go. Doku here, the green arrow of Montpellier, goes back inside, plays it into the center. Drogba goes to Isaac, back to Mac, takes the shot. That's a hell of a save from the keeper. I tell you what, Las Palmas' keeper, the first 10 seconds of this game, and now that fingertip save at the post is wonderful. Corner kick to Montpellier. Montpellier are going to be scratching their eyes and thinking, what do we got to do to get a goal here? Ball goes across. Oh, the cross is punched up in the air. The keeper not able to get that one fully away, but then he does, and Las Palmas get themselves moving again. Every single time it seems like a load-up Match of the Day, we're talking about the high praise for keepers. 2 world-class saves from Las Palmas' shot stopper here tonight so far. Absolutely nuts. Dave hit on the ball, goes with that over-the-top shadow there to Glover. Glover turning in. Is that a penalty? Referee points to the spot. It's a pen. Is it soft? Is it not? You be the judge. But that is a huge moment. Las Palmas from the spot stepping up, and it's a goal into the top right corner. Glover takes it with so much confidence. That there is a questionable trim, but it's an absolute needed goal. And the team dancing into the night here are absolutely loving that. They are getting closer and closer to a confirmed European spot. And I can tell you, the troops over at Valencia right now have just let out an almighty fist pump. That is huge for the title race. Massive. Las Palmas 1-0 up. Montpellier have to respond. They've got to find a way past that brick wall in between the sticks tonight. 28 minutes in, still a lot of game to go though. Las Palmas cannot rest on their laurels. A 1-0 lead will not be anything to sing home about. And I think that's exactly what Dave will be saying to his squad. Ball there goes across. Dave clears that one away, but he clears it into the pathway of the Montpellier man, Doku, who's been tricky, dangerous, majestic on this right side, continues to be a trouble, earns his side the corner. This one goes short. Oh, wow, it's the corner routine. And look at that, right off the training ground. 1-1, Montpellier with a really fast and fluid short corner. A dinked pass over and then an easy tap in from the header. That there is a Mikel Arteta, Nicholas Jovis special, if I've ever seen one. It's just kind of common, isn't it, that the Spurs fan in Dave has just been Arsenaled by Montpellier. That's something. What a great routine. I'm speechless at the routine. We've seen it attempted a couple of times on Match of the Day, but it's never actually come off. Wonderful corner goal. I'm a sucker for a set piece, and that's 1-1. The celebrations over at Valencia have immediately died down. Montpellier, though, looking to go for a second, and the keeper there makes an easy save. Can't even put too much blame on the keeper for that set piece routine either. That was just so quick. That's more about the awareness of your defence, and I can't even blame the defence either. It was just so light and fast. You take your eye off the screen for a second, you're beat in terms of your zonal marking. Richards there gets that one out over to Las Palmas' right side. The Big Mac goes over to Caicedo, finds Glover. Glover now into Dave. Acres of space for Dave. What a ball by Dave. And that there is one of the assists of the season in Super League 4. We talked about Realm and Arsenal when we were in Super League 4 last week. I tell you what, Dave, take a bow, my son. That is prime Christian Eriksen. That is prime Van der Vaart. That one there was special. A slicing ball right through the centre of the defence, 25 yards out, and an easy finish from the Las Palmas forward. 2-1, and the celebrations are back underway. It could have been 3 for Las Palmas. Montpellier have to get themselves under control yet again. 2-1, half-time imminent, and they're playing out from the back. They are loco, they are crazy over at Montpellier. Mac here goes down the left-hand side, goes to Drogba, finds the gaffer. Drogba back to Inshallah. They'll be hoping that he can maybe pop up with a goal. God willing. Isaac here, back in the box, twisting and turning, but Richards there handles that one with ease. Glover again down this right-hand side. Half-time about to commence. And with 1 minute of added time, a third goal here will be lovely, though. The little scooped ball up, but not able to get too much power in that one. That's controlled, and it's not cleared. Glover's still going to have one more chance. That's silly for the Montpellier defender. He's got to just clear that ball away, and Montpellier are going to clear this one away as it goes to half-time. 2-1 for Las Palmas. Right now, Valencia will be saying they've got one hand on the league title right here. Huge from Las Palmas, especially considering they need the points to secure their European placement. Montpellier have got one of the biggest team talks of the season coming now. The gaffer has to sit them down. Don has to sit them down and say, listen, we're better than how we're playing. We're playing very anxiety-ridden, very scared, very I don't know what the word is. It seems the performance at the back seems fluctuated. It seems like it's almost over the top for some reason. I have no idea what they're trying to prove or achieve with so much of this playing out from the back, especially at the end there. That defender not going to shit on him too much, but if realistically you're 2-1 down, injury time's almost done. You've got to just clear the ball, get to half time. The fact that he tried to pass it out, lost possession. If that went 3-1, he would be solely to blame. They've got to focus a little bit more here. Do Montpellier. They're still in this game. A 2-1 scoreline means absolutely nothing. They've come back once, they can come back again. Las Palmas very much would like to get the next goal. A 3-1 lead would be absolutely huge. It would provide a cushion, and it may well be coming here down this right-hand side. Las Palmas zooming by the Montpellier defenders, but again, really good last-ditch defending by the outfit in orange and navy. Thanks so much for the follow as well. Ball there. Oh, what a ball again down this right side for Montpellier. Doku's got to finish. Why is he trying to chop inside? I think you've got to just shoot the ball from that angle there. Try and force the keeper to make a parry shot, or a parry save, excuse me. That's nuts. And here come Las Palmas down the other end. Las Palmas make it 3-1. Valencia are going ballistic now. They've got a cushion. Do Las Palmas and Montpellier, their players, they're dizzy, they're nervous, they don't know how the saviour's going to come from. They're 2 goals down here. They've got to win this game, let alone draw it, and they may well have just found a goal, but it's ruled offside. Wonderful lashing shot there. 51 minutes in, but the referee says no can do. 3-1 the score remains, and right now, it could be an absolutely massive result in this title race. A reminder coming into this game tonight for Match of the Day. Valencia in Super League 4, first place. Montpellier, second place. Las Palmas, sixth place. It was a real treat to get this game on Match of the Day. I'm absolutely buzzing for it. I want to get these title races, these title layouts kind of on the screen as much as possible to see how it goes. Gets your players dealing with pressure as well. So many of these players are going to be competing in that European picture next week. May well be competing in a cup final in less than a week's time. You know, depends how you do on Wednesday, but Big Mac there goes over to Caicedo, plays that one down. What a ball, Las Palmas. That's a great save again. I tell you, no one is going to have a terrible word said to me tonight about the keepers here. The two keepers have had a real good day here, both of them. Corner kick comes in. Oh, that's not good though. That's horrendous. Just as I praise the keeper, he cheats off his line, and Las Palmas, the masters of the set piece, find another one. They see the keeper slightly move off his near post. They see that degree of separation between him and the goal line, and then it's an easy header over at the near post. It's a nightmare scenario. It's a nightmare situation for Montpellier, and it could be about to get a lot worse. They've got to be careful here, Montpellier. This could turn into a cricket score if they're not careful. 59 minutes in, and it looks like there's no way back for Montpellier. This would be one of the biggest comebacks, one of the greatest comebacks of all time, if they can make this one a 4-4 draw. Newcastle, Arsenal vibes, perhaps. Ball gone down here from Isaac into the gaffer. Inshallah here, goes back across. It's a poor one. That gives the ball right back to Las Palmas. Possession. There's Glover. Goes over that left-hand side. Dinks it back in. It was the oncoming runner, but it was saved and handled by the Montpellier defender. Huge. I wonder what this means for Valencia tomorrow night. Again, you know, you do need 6 games played for the trophy. Are they in a position where they can maybe rotate in some of their backups for the final 3 games? Are they not? Are they going to go full strength? So many decisions from that management team. But it looks like you don't want to say too much yet. We've seen almighty collapses in final game days. Valencia could come out tomorrow and lose all 3 games, but they have got the biggest opportunity to win the title now tomorrow because of this result. They owe Las Palmas the biggest Christmas basket of gifts you can ever imagine. Stockings for all the players, perhaps. Gaffer goes here into Mac, looks to drive this one in, still impossible. 68 minutes, and I'll tell you this much, the Montpellier defense right now is in tatters, where the Las Palmas defense is shutting down any instance of a comeback or any sign of a comeback. Phenomenal second half from Las Palmas, I have to say. They have really turned it on here tonight. Fair credit to the management. They've played brilliant football. And the set piece routines, don't you... Oh, wow, that's a poor one. I'll tell you what, though. Talk about the brilliance of the defense there. Same thing. A little bit cocky, a little bit complacent was the defender there. Just boot the ball 4-1 up. There's no need to take touches in your own box like a madman, is there? You better believe it as well. Going to be grilling Dave here after we get him on the post-match comms. A Spurs fan relying on set pieces, eh? He's going to get teased to the ever-living fuck for that one, but we love him though. Good guys, Dave. All right, over to Drogba we go. Back across. Richards clears that one up and away. That's out of bounds. Throw in here. Drogba going short. Goes back to, of course, his other teammate. I think there's been a lag. No, he's still got 11 markers. I said Drogba to Drogba there for a minute. My eyes were deceiving me. I've got 4. Gaffer over into Hardman. Finds Bradders. Still, though, Montpellier are not giving up. They are saying if we can get 1, then why not dare to dream a little bit. Gaffer there again.
One time for the Gringos.
Attempting to try and glide in and take the shot. And look at this directness. Over the top. Manuel Neuer-esque from the keeper. He's still down, though. He's got to get back up and between his sticks quickly. Las Palmas here through Big Mac, plays over into Glover. Glover tries to shift it in, but the man known as Gaffer goes over to the left-hand side now. Hardman back over into Isaac. Isaac here goes back across to Drogba. Drogba now over into Inshallah, plays Mac in, but Richards there in the end. I tell you, whoever this Richards pro is tonight has been a real cinder block in the back. He really has, and that is a really silly foul to give. That's a cynical one. That could be a red card here. It's going to be a yellow, I think, after all said and done. No booking, just a warning. Tense rivalry matchup for the title. Maybe the referee showing a little bit of restraint here tonight. Ball down this right side. Doku over into Hardman. Doku again plays to Isaac. Back to Drogba. Drogba there back over to Hardman. Hardman into Mac now. Tries to get that one over to Inshallah, but still no way through. It is a shut territory, the box of Las Palmas. No one gets in, no one gets out. Doku here, down this right side again, finds Mac. Montpellier taking the foot off the gas, attackingly have Las Palmas, but they have kept their defence absolutely fine-tuned here. Goes over into Spuddy, finds Glover. Glover here, taking the touch, goes across. It could have been a fifth. They are lining up. They're begging for chances. Teammate after teammate wanting to get involved in the goal-scoring action tonight. Montpellier have loved this attack down the right-hand side, but it's just not bared any fruit tonight. Down over to Willian. There's Glover. Glover now. Twisting and turning, fires that one across, headed away by Leighton. Las Palmas here, counting down the seconds. Valencia counting down the seconds. They know how big this one will be for them. Ball cleared again once more. Off the chest, Leighton into Gaffer, finds Inshallah. Dave maybe lining up for one more attempt, but that's going to be game, set, and match here tonight. Las Palmas 4, Montpellier 1, and second place Montpellier have slipped massively. Valencia, the advantage going into the final match day of the season tomorrow, is in your hands. It would be one of the biggest monumental bottles of all time should Valencia not manage to get it over the line and deliver the league title tomorrow. Las Palmas are going to be buzzing. They're going to be on the cusp now of guaranteed European qualification. For Montpellier, how does Don and his co-manager Glover pick the team up and convince them that there's still so much to fight for? Remember, 3 games tomorrow to end the season. That's 9 available points. They may well be 5 behind. It only takes one slip from the boys at Valencia to open everything up again. It's just the fact of how do you convince the players that that is going to happen? How do you keep them focused? I guess we'll have to ask them and find out ourselves. A great game though. Wonderful defensive performance from Las Palmas in the second half, and a really trailblazing attacking performance as well. That assist from the gaffer, Dave, was absolutely world class. Can't get over that. Top performance tonight, and they deservedly go up to potentially, if they won both tonight, 32 points could put them third. Who knows? But huge performance, huge results. We'll tell the fans, get out the stadium, boys. We don't need you anymore. And let's get the gaffers on for some post-match interviews here tonight. Of course, you don't have to say yes. You can say no if you don't want to come on for an interview. But again, it's all there. It's all there for you. So if Don's there, if Dave's there, just let me know if you want to come on in DMs. And as soon as your mic is good and ready to go, I can give you a call and ask you some questions about the game. Got so many questions about that game. So a tale of 2 halves. Again, especially with how the first half started with the kind of explosiveness that both teams had. To nearly have a 1-1 game inside the first 2 or 3 minutes was absolutely nuts. But there you go. Well, Dave is there. I can see him. He's over there. He's coming into... Come on, Dave. Come into the media room. There we go. We're calling him over like Jeff Shreves. Let's get him in and see what he's got to say about this one here tonight. Thank you as well to Nathan NG and also Vipers for the follow as well. All right, Dave, are you there? Give me just say a sentence for me so I can just adjust the volume and make sure that you're nice and loud.
Good evening, Mr. Gringo.
There we go. We can turn that up a little bit more. There you go. Give me one more sentence.
Hello, 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 hello.
There we go. Perfect. Wonderful. Well, I'll tell you what a game from your lot. I mean, you knew going into that one that was going to be huge for the European qualification. I mean, I don't want to put words in your mouth and say that maybe you and the lads at Palmas thought the title was gone 10 points behind before tonight. But to get that 3 points over the line against a team like Montpellier, who have only lost 2 this season, who are, right up there for challenging. Not only have you helped yourself with potential qualification for the Europa League, but you've also played spoiler and given Valencia a massive, massive assist. What was the main thinking in this game tonight from you as a manager? Was it just go out there and win, or was it go out there and try and, annoy Montpellier and ruin their season? What was the kind of thought process behind the game tonight?
To be honest, it was more of, let's go out and make a statement and put the last 2 days where we've dropped points massively. We've gone from top. Before we played Valencia, we were top. And we've gone from top to 6th in the matter of 2 days just by silly results and not playing our football. So we said tonight as a team, let's play our football. Let's do what we know best, high press, and let's make a statement.
It's fair. I mean, the first 5 in-game minutes must have had you on the verge of having a heart attack with how quickly you nearly scored and then they nearly scored. I mean, the keepers tonight, in particular, that first save and the first shot of the game was immaculate. I don't know who I'm more impressed by keeper-wise, yours or theirs. I mean, the keepers had a great night tonight, didn't they? Despite 4-1, granted, I mean, a wonderful performance from the shot stoppers, but how did that first 5 minutes feel? Were you on the verge of thinking to yourself, this could be a 5-5 game here if we're not careful? What were you thinking?
I mean, if you could have heard my chat, I might have been banned off Twitch.
That's fair.
So,
that's fair.
Which things like the centre backs, they've played well all season, to be fair, and they started well, kept lots of clean sheets.
Mm-hmm.
Just playing silly balls on the half turn. But I said to him after the first 5 minutes, I said, just play the way you're facing. Give it back to the goalkeeper. We've got a big target man up front. He can hit the ball long because we like to play out, but it doesn't have to be all the time.
Well, I will say this as well. You go back to the way that you played. I think your assist tonight, if it was you, I mean, the pro was called Dave, the 20-yard slicer through the middle, was one of the best assists I've seen on Match of the Day in the 6 episodes we've done. I mean, what was the thinking there? Did you know the forward was going to make the run? Did you just trust that he was going to be there? Or was it hit and hope? Be honest. What were you seeing there? No,
normally when I'm sat in there, I'm either RBAing it into the striker's feet, but because tonight we've had 3 up top, we've just said, get in behind, make the runs in behind. So obviously he's running behind. I know that Glover's going to go, so I'll just thread the ball through to him, see him run, just play it.
It's fair. Well, listen, go on.
Pass is pretty OP on this game, so it kind of works.
There you go. Well, listen, you're not going to get away with it without me kind of grilling you for it. You're a Spurs fan in real life, and you had a couple of absolutely wonderful Mikel Arteta set pieces there tonight, mate. Talk us through that one. The first one was wonderful. The kind of quick corner, and then the little dink over was absolutely smashing. You've been practicing those? You've got a bit of Nicholas Jova in the club at Palmas? What's the thinking behind those?
That's all on my coat, to be fair, Glover. We changed it up to it. You know how they scored from their corner with the RBA and they just loop it over. That's what we used to do. But a lot of teams are just switching onto it. So, I mean, I don't want to give it away, but the corner tactic that we did do, it's pretty hard for the goalkeepers to lock onto him, to be fair. I don't think they can lock on, so we just float it high, right on the goalkeeper's head, get the 3 centre-backs standing right on him, and 9 times out of 10, you win the header.
There you go. Well, I mean, listen, I felt bad for the keeper on the first one. I didn't think he could do much about it, like you said, but I mean, that's just part and parcel of it, It was one of those I said where, if you're a defender on their team and you take your eye off the screen for a second, you're absolutely goosed because you're just not going to get back in position in time. So, fair play to you. Thank you as well to Boyce as well for the follow. I mean, listen, it's a great result, yes. I mean, disappointing. I think, listen, it's difficult to say that Las Palmas going into the final 3 games are going to potentially win the title. I think that's a fair statement to make, but it's a huge boost.
Is it possible?
It's not impossible, but it would be absolutely, it would be wild to even fathom it happening. But it's got to give the team a boost. You can beat one of the top 2 sides. This is what you needed going into a final 3-game stretch where you need a couple more points to go and secure Europe outright. Do you feel confident about the process and the potential of going for Europe next weekend?
I wasn't even thinking about Europe, mate. I'm thinking about playoffs because we want promoted.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. I mean, Europe's nice. I think we're pretty much nailed on for Europe. But we want playoffs. Our aim at the start of the season, obviously it's a brand new team, gelled quite well. Aim at the start of the season was to get promoted. That is the aim now.
That's completely fair. Well, listen, I mean, the team played well. It was such a great balance of attack and defense as well, from what I saw. So it looked a little bit scared at points in the first half, but whatever you said at half time just got them flowing, just unlocked the team in the second half. So fair play to you and fair play to Glover as well. Great management team there. Right. Well, before I let you go, anything you want to kind of touch on before I dip out? Is there anything you want to say to maybe Valencia or maybe even Montpellier, your opponents tonight? Anything that you want to add before we leave you?
No, I think Montpellier. I think the league's been quite. It's been good, to be fair. No one's really ran away with anything. If you look at some of the results, even some of the lower teams have been beating some of the top teams.
I'm telling you, the Super League system. People could have groaned and moaned about it at the start, but it is a system where anyone can beat anyone in these divisions. I'm telling you, these are so difficult divisions to be consistent in. That's what gets you the title.
No slight against Newcastle, but we've dropped silly points. Like Newcastle, we gave them their first win.
Yeah.
The game before we just played Montpellier, we played Forest.
Yeah.
We had a 6 XG and struggled to win 2-1.
I love it. I mean, from an owner's perspective, it's music to my ears. For your perspective, it's frustrating. But I mean, that just goes to show you they said that just goes to show the system is just it works, doesn't it? It does. But there you go. Well, listen, Dave, a big congratulations again tonight to you and to Las Palmas. I'll be rooting for you to get the playoffs and, of course, for Europe. And let's see how far you can go.
Well done to Montpellier as well. I mean, it could have quite easily gone the other way.
Absolutely, it could have. It could have. Well, listen, I'll let you go. Have a wonderful rest of your night, mate, and I'll see you tomorrow, yeah?
All right, Andrew, take care.
Take care. Bye-bye. All right, do we have anyone from Montpellier that wants to come on? Of course, if they're locked in the dressing room, giving the hairdryer treatment, I won't force it. But if any of the Montpellier lads want to come on and discuss and maybe dissect what happened tonight, then the floor is there for you. If not, we will, of course, call it there. When is the season end? Boise, final league game night is tomorrow, and then next week is Cup semi-finals, Cup finals, and Europe, and then we're in pre-season a week Monday, and that's when we'll be putting out the applications for international management in the Euros for January. So can we talk about Pescara? Don't you worry. We're talking about all things league related. On Monday, we'll be bringing back the week in review show. So we'll be having guests on, panel members on from 6 p.m. UK onwards on Monday. You can tune in and see what we've got to say about Pescara. Absolutely, we can. I don't think there's any signs of Montpellier wanting to come on. Again, I can understand it. It's a disappointment. Listen, we've all been there. If you haven't been there, you will be there at one point. You're there. You're 2 points behind the league leaders. You know every win is massive. You know every single result is massive. And then you put out a 4-1 loss. You just want to turn the lights off and go to sleep, man. You know what I mean? It's one of those. So, listen, I think they're a great team. They are a great team. And if this title doesn't come back to Valencia, I think this puts a lot of pressure on Valencia. Because mathematically, Montpellier is still there. If Valencia lose this league title tomorrow, they are never, ever, ever going to be able to live this down. They're in a great position, an advantageous position. They have to now seize that moment to go and be champions of this Division 4, get promotion automatically, and go into Europe next week, really believing you can win the Europa League, because they'll be meeting some serious quality from those Super League 3 teams that are in there. But again, a great team of Valencia as well. Fellas, thank you so much for joining us with that quick match of the day tonight. I appreciate you. Again, we're going to be putting all of these match of the day vlogs, what am I talking about? Match of the day episodes on YouTube, for my personal YouTube. I just kind of put them there. It's just kind of a nice kind of structure, really, isn't it? So we can look back at them over the years and say, wow, how fucking terrible were those games? But hey, at least you can have something kind of there, a memento there. You take it easy. You're a manager. Make sure you get your stats in by 11:30, please. Remember, tomorrow, final league game day, and that means all leagues have 3 matches. So 8, 8:30, 9 tomorrow evening. Make sure you don't forget. Don't be an idiot. And we will see you, hopefully, for a match of the day number 7 tomorrow night. Could it be one that has title implications? That could be something, couldn't it? Take care, take it easy. And if you need anything, just drop an admin a DM. Good night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Adios, pals.